Hello and welcome once again to Let's Play Steambot Chronicles. We're still here in New Haven. Last time we were told to get all the way back to Seagull Beach on the other side of the playable game world. Before we go off and head that way, we got some side quests and bits to do. Quite a lot in fact. We got a lot of stuff to catch up on. There's a few things we need to do in town before we leave. And the first one involves being over there in the distance. See if we can't get over there. Shazam! We're over here. Now down this unassuming little docky sort of walkway area is a chest. This is, by the way, behind the fish cellar. This is the very chest I was looking for last episode, but could not find because I am a dum-dum. And it contains the Heavenly Q. Scattered throughout the game are a series of elemental pool cues with a special effect which you can use once per pool game. Can't remember what this one does, and to be honest the only one I'm interested in is the Earthen Q, which we should be acquiring soon hopefully. I read the guide wrong and I thought the Earthen Q was in that chest. It isn't. I could have got it much earlier. As I said, I am a dum-dum. Up there's some houses you can rent, but we're not going to rent them for the moment because we can't. Because we still haven't done that one side quest. Anyway, we want to go over here. Port Motors is our destination for the moment. There's something very easily missed in here. Hidden all the way at the back. Behind this scenery looking fence. We'll see it in a minute. There's a lady in a chest. While I'm examining this, I shall give a shout out to Dmitry Snikioff, a YouTube commenter who pointed out something to me in the comments for the last episode, or the episode before it, I can't remember. Basically, on the cruise ship we picked up a chest that only contained money. Now, Dimitri What's-His-Face noticed that was exactly the same amount of money that I spent on the sailor suit. So that is very likely how the game handles you buying something you can find in a chest. So you buy it before you open the chest, you simply get the value of the item in question. Which means there's literally no downsides to buying stuff at all. You just get your money back if you find the chest. Alright, this prostitute's got some weaving machine blueprints for us. The people at the Hayabusa carpet mill will be very pleased to receive them. We shan't be giving that to them, well, until we get back there, to be honest. We're going to need to buy some stock in their company before we do that, though. As that is one of the fabled stock price increasing side questy itemy things. Anyway, the last order of business we have is in the arena. All the way over here. We're going to use a side entrance today because I felt like it. And because it brings us closer to where I want to be. So I do like the layout of this arena. It's much easier to get around than say Nefroburg Arena. Having to go downstairs to get to the well, you have to go downstairs here. It's less, I don't know, it seems less partitioned. I'm just demonstrating you can play pool on any of these tables. Any of them. Alright, here's a set of stairs we neglected to notice before. And down here we'll find Dom Puccini's private box, complete with bartender, who wants to sell us wine. Or buy wine. One of the two. He wants to ask us a favour. Aha! Well, very luckily we do in fact know of one little boy that does want to be a Trotmobile champion. All the way back at Zibala Hill in the abandoned mansion slash villa slash orphanage. Hello. I'm very disappointed in Jake as well. So So we'll be giving that letter to a nun later, because it's very important that this orphan is employed by a mobster. While we're here, we're going to have a quick look at the arena downstairs, and also call our Trotmobile and leave town that way. Now, the gladiators that appear in the arena do change. For instance, we got a new one here. I think this is a plot-based change, as Jimmy doesn't stick around. But here is Miguel the Sailor Man. You might not remember Miguel, but he was in fact the sailor with the speaking part during the intro to the tutorial missions. And he'll break the fourth wall and talk to the player directly here. Vanilla was too busy playing his harmonica during the tutorials to actually drive a Trotmobile. But you can see the waterproof body and the float in use there. We're not going to equip those parts for quite some time, simply because the large body part we've got at the moment confers more health. It is, after all, the waterproof body M for medium. I think it's the only one we can acquire in the game. In fact, it might be the only waterproof body part that actually exists in the game. So there's a bunch of body parts that we're not allowed to use, but enemies are, and gladiators and that sort of thing. Anyway, this is it for New Haven for the moment. We'll be back here with the fishing license, shipping license, sailing license for Captain Shibulette later. But for now, we're gonna bid it, and it's jaunty music, a fond farewell. So we return to Skylock Farms. Coming from this direction, the farm is actually kind of hard to see. Maybe I'm just stupid. Probably just distracted by these freshers, actually. As ever, picking enemies up is the best strategy. Do some major damage with thrown and smashed together enemies. The sniper arm a bit more of a chance to shine. Not too fond of the sniper arm, to be honest. It is a bit slow, and it does mess up my first person camera. Can't be having that. Okay, where's the farm? There's the farm, all the way back here. Sorry, farms. There's two of them. We don't actually need to stop here, but I want to check up on Aloe and see how she's doing. Has she decided to go to the city? Sorry, I need to talk to people from the big farm. The people on the small farm are so far behind the times, they're thanking me for defeating Dudley. Hello! It's like Aloe has decided to go. Just point out, this isn't a side quest. This is just something that happens. I think if you convince her to stay, then she just sticks around. I seem to remember having to drive her to Happy Garland, but I think I may have made that up as part of some sort of horrible, feverish nightmare where I imagine side quests in this game that don't exist. For a start, there's no bus stop at Skylock Farms. There's a bus stop at New Haven, and there's a bus stop all the way in Happy Garland, but there's none in between. Which is weird, because all the other farms seem to have a bus stop. Anyway, do you remember, like 3 episodes ago when I first came through here? I was looking for a chest at some point, and it's through here. I took one look at this little tunnel from up above and decided it's obviously not through there. I can't drive my Trotmobile through that. I was wrong! I can. And here it is, a chest. It's like the bullet actually passed straight through. Good thing it didn't harm my boomerang arm. The boomerang arm shall get a good showing off later. Not this video though. It's an interesting part. It's a ranged melee attack weapon again. It's got a bit more range than the spiked ball, however. That gate is still closed. Now Adrian wants to go to Martlet Falls. That is actually our destination at the moment, for side questy reasons. So let's pick him up. We might as well take him with us. That's basically free money. And we've returned to Happy Garland. We weren't really a lot away for, you know, very long at all. Something like 2 in-game days. I can barely even remember what Nephroberg looks like at this point. Although if we were to go right this second, we could go all the way there without hindrance. As that is, well, our destination. I should probably say that, oh no, before I go and waffle about inconsequential stuff, we're going to go and check up on Pablo. How is he doing at the university? He's counterfeiting. But he probably didn't do it, apparently. Anyway, this guy we sold all his paintings for like £1 billion wants to sell them back to us for, I think, less than we actually bought them from Pablo in the first place. Except for that one that we sold, it was very, very expensive indeed. It's a good thing we sold that back to him, otherwise that would have been, you know, quite an expensive painting. Anyway, Pablo has been accused of counterfeiting and lost his job, and his paintings are now worthless because he's a horrible counterfeiter, despite those paintings being obviously original and not fakes because they're attributed to him. And how can you counterfeit something that you say you did yourself? I don't know. They're not based on more famous works of art. He painted them himself and he signed them himself. So whatever counterfeiting he apparently did, it's not the paintings we own, so I don't understand why the price has gone down on them. But whatever. There's some sort of weird robot here. It is behind the oh, there's Pablo. Yeah, you've got no idea where to look for him, there's no clues or anything, he's just here. In the scrap pile. Crying. He's so sad. Despair. As ever, to get Pablo to go places or do things, we gotta buy all his paintings. It's been nice to Pablo. We've been very nice to him so far. We bought all his paintings. We got him a job, which he was, you know, so bad at. Apparently, he lost it. Gosh, can't help some people. Right, over here is an interesting shack. We shall be investigating this interesting shack later on, next episode. For now, it holds nothing for us. We can't even get inside. But while we're here at the GTW factory, I've got no idea what a GTW stands for. Garden Trottenville Workshop? That actually makes a lot of sense. I reckon that's what it stands for. Anyway, there's 5 buildings here. We're going to go into 4 of them today because I'm an idiot. Here we have one of the dorms for all the workers. They obviously sleep on site. And look, there's one of those Japanese style hard hats, like from Mega Man and that. Right, here's the other dorm. I'm not actually sure if these get populated at night. Seems like whenever you come here, everybody's still working. There's actually a specific reason we're here. We're looking for one NPC in particular. We'll know her when we see her, however. one of the dorms is called Badger Dorm. I know he's not just badgering them, because those two guys over there, they've got Badger Dorm in their name as well. Yeah, I really like these two factory buildings. Third one not so much, but these two are amazing. Look at this shit. Look at it. Conveyor belts, moving parts. See, we've got hot iron, molten iron, or perhaps steel. Gee, it's steel, it's probably iron at that point. It's coming in alloy or whatever. It's coming down here into like molten ingots, and it's going to this weird machine which doesn't make any sense, like a TARDIS or something. It comes out solid and cooled, and then it's somehow chopped and repositioned. And this is the best bit, look. 1, 2, and the third one does a weird thing. See, look at that. Third one falls slightly differently. Every third one. Every single one. I know, I've watched it for ages. It's amazing, I love this place. The second one is almost as good. Let's go and have a look at that. There's lots of stuff going on here, but this is the nuts and bolts plant. They make their own nuts and bolts, you know, on site. We'll have a look at that whole process as we examine here. You can see some threaded rods. They go into the machine and they become bolts. Here's an interesting thought. Every screw and bolt and nut in the world is made by a machine these days. How far back through various machines do you have to go before you find a machine that was made with handmade screws and nuts and bolts? How far back do you have to go? I don't know what's happening with these weird triangles of metal becoming nuts. Doesn't make any, you know, much sense at all. Is it powdered? Is that what's happening? And over here it's becoming these smaller threaded rods. So you may notice that most of this stuff is moving faster than the conveyor belt as well. Whatever, did you notice the NPC we're here to chat to? It's this guy, the flamboyant worker. No, it isn't. It's those two. No, it's just not. It's not any of these people. Gave you a clue earlier, and I said it was a woman, and there's only one woman in the factory. Hello, only woman in the factory. She's a friendly woman, but she's busy, and she's very sorry about that. But you puzzle as to her identity. Now we talk to her, her side quest shall begin in earnest, but we're not going to do any of that today. We're very much about Pablo's side quest at the moment, although we won't be finishing it today. This is the main guy you want to come and talk to when you're here. He'll sell steel beams and buy iron ore. So at the moment we really don't have that many good trading opportunities. There's just not enough profit in trading at the moment. But we'll find some decent routes later. Connie doesn't seem to be aware that we've been here before. At the moment, honestly, the best way to make money, really, without progressing the plot, is to simply grind those Triclopses outside of town over and over. With the weapons we've got at the moment, we can actually do it very, very, very efficiently. Won't be doing that today, though. I'll be doing that between this episode and the next. I say, having already done it, I got loads of money, it was awesome. Didn't take very long though, didn't take that long at all. Anyway, Martlet Falls and the Shrike River. The Shrike River leads into the Egret Brook, and this is the one exit from town we neglected to take earlier. The reason I neglected to take it earlier is because of this guy here. Let's find him. Where is he? Oh, he's down there. Okay, there we go. Look, it's... who is it? It's Pablo! Oh no, wait, that's not Pablo. That's not Pablo at all. Who the hell are you? Oh, it's Dr. Zimmerman. We might as well take him with us. Right, okay, now, not for the first time, we shall have to go to bed to progress side quests. Naturally, we have to wait a full day between bits of Pablo's side quests that actually happen. This is what makes his side quest so time consuming, because you can't just go and do it. You have to go and have a bit of a nap until the next day. Anyway, as I started saying earlier, outside of the university where I got horribly sidetracked, at this point the game really opens up. Pretty much all of our objectives from this point are go to this place far away and do a thing. The plot freezing time shenanigans don't seem to actually occur. We've got as many days as we want to take to get all the way back to the beach, and we are going to be taking quite a few days, I can tell you. We've got 2 dungeons available to us now. We should only have 1, but you know, that whole horrible Fen Ruins glitch I wanted to avoid. We can get back to the Fen Ruins, and we'll be doing that in the very near future. We got whole new areas available to us as well, thanks to the waterproof body. I say areas. Whole new area available to us. Where the stocks are doing their thing. The Nephro theatres are beginning to struggle again, and the Urban Times has gone out quite a bit actually. That's what we want, making mad profit. Anyway, here he is, Pablo. Yes, whilst waffling, I bought the drill arm. I don't think I need to tell you why it is so important that our giant robot has a giant drill arm. It's a necessity, really. Over here we got another new enemy. Very similar to the boss of the mines in design. The first boss, that is, not the level 3 boss. I can't remember the name of that thing. It was the one where all the armour fell off very slowly. But basically just a heavily upgraded Triclops. Well, it's got 4 eyes for one thing. And it's also got 4 arms. It's got the traditional club and mace on a bit of a chain. It's also got a small cannon, which is the least of your problems, and a big throwing arm, which we'll be having a look at in a moment. See what that arm does. See, I let it get me for demonstrative purposes. It's a bit annoying, that is. It's like combining everything I hate from the Scarab with Triclops. It's fairly well terrorgraphed though. We see the drill arm, and what it does, it sort of pumps. Unfortunately, it doesn't stun lock the enemy. Now that wasn't on purpose, that was just me being an idiot. Getting too greedy. Gotta leave off, gotta dodge those attacks. Right, let's drill this guy's face off. There is one more thing that the drill arm does do, which is very nice. We won't talk about that for a little while though. Anyway, Pablo is exceedingly lazy this time, because that's his farmhouse up there. That's where we have to go. Also, Gorgons drop exactly 100 that's pretty nice. It didn't take forever to kill them, and there's only 1, so whatever. You cheapskate. Anyway, let's have a look at the Shrike River farm. This is where Pablo grew up. There's a little building here with nothing in it at all. It's very dark as well. Let's get out of here. Let's not be in here. This guy here is the cultivation farmer. They cultivate dye. I'm trying to think where you'd actually sell dye. I think some clothes shops will buy it, and maybe the carpet mill. I think they'd have a use for dye. It's not a very hot commodity. It's a bit out of the way to go and get it as well. To be honest, the best things to sell are the stuff you can pick up for free. Basically the water. And one other thing we haven't got to yet. Anyway, Pablo's back, but he's not here yet. Also, one of his paintings actually on display. When we finally get back to Nephroburg, I'm going to complete that side quest and we're going to rent an apartment, and I'm going to just put all the paintings I bought so far on the wall, and we're going to look at them, and it'll be great. Be just super. For now though, those paintings shall remain blurry thumbnail images in our inventory. Right, okay, what we're going to do here is we're going to go and get ourselves healed up after that beating we received from the hands of the Gorgon. Also, we're low on fuel. Doesn't happen often, being low on fuel. Most of the time there's enough enemies to just keep yourself topped up. Especially in the desert. So you travel so slowly in the desert. We can go back to the desert now. Now you can see in the background there is the actual Martlet Falls itself. We're going to have to head upstream. We want to have a nicer look at that though. So guess what we haven't done for a little while. If your guess was fight a ridiculous giant walking robot thing, you are 100% correct. So the last two we fought, the sandcastle and that logging robot, was ridiculously easy. This guy not so much. I don't know what's going on at the front there. Like weird propeller, pushy arm, piston things. Look damaging. This thing heads down river. I'm not sure what would actually happen if you let it get all the way. Maybe I should have tried that. Anyway, this guy is annoying because you have to climb up unless you brought a ranged weapon, which I've neglected to do so. Jumping onto moving platforms is troublesome. There we go. Anyway, each section of this giant walking thing, I think it's called the Anubis, features 2 cannons and a core. I think defeating the core destroys the 2 cannons as well, but I am not being very clever, so I am taking the cannons out first. He's destroyed our school, yes, the Anubis. We're on the first deck, I think, or perhaps the third. Geez, it's probably the third deck. The first deck's probably the front one. Where we can pick them up, and we have to travel across these tiny little walkways. And oh, did you stand on the slightly slanted bit? Then you're falling off. And here we can try and jump back up. Nope. Let's try again, and oh no. Yeah, standing on those walkways is basically impossible. What you have to do is get back to... there we go. We actually do without having to go all the way back to the third deck. So look, I'm doing nothing. I'm fairly sure I was damaging the core there. Yeah, it's got no health left. Yep, you can see there, I killed the core, and the other gun died. Right, to the first deck. Oh. Right, let's try that again. See, we've reached the bottom of the waterfalls here. Getting close now. See, I wonder if it does like start pounding at the walls down there if you let it get that far. I'll have to give that an investigate sometime. Didn't think to, you know, investigate it while I was at this point in the game. I've probably got a save file I could use, or I could just wait until I do the other playthrough. That is a really, really badly placed thing from my view. Anyway, here we are on the first deck of the Anubis, whatever the hell the Anubis actually is. Let's not be clever, let's attack the Iron Rat Cannons. It's a bit of an odd name. Well, destroying the cannons makes this thing appear. Basically a ridiculous Gatling gun sort of turrety thing. It's fairly powerful, doesn't have much health, and it does have a little bit of a desperation attack, as you have seen. Anyway, that was surprisingly tough after the last two. Looking around for a bit of a rock or old twig to throw at it to blow it up. So let's do a jumping attack instead. Thankfully all the money drops in the same place, you know, had to climb all over the river to get it. Don't know how much money is actually here. Decent amount though. Decent amount. And once again we want to go and heal ourselves. First time I did this I actually thought that I'd climbed all the way up river and there was another gate here to another city. I was like, wow. But no, I just fallen all the way back down. Anyway, here's the falls. Aren't they pretty? Bit of a rainbow. Very nice. We want to go behind them. Right, there's a... Where am I going? Oh, there's a bus stop. That's what I was doing. I forgot about these guys. There we go. That was good. Good 300 or 400 there just for picking up two guys and going where I was going to go anyway. Very nice. Right, welcome to Martlet Caverns. There's a little stopping area here. There's only one thing in it though. We'll have a look at that right now. If we investigate through here, we'll find a sage. This will make the third one we discovered so far out of 7. Now this guy, like the guy at the Oasis, will just yep, I will keep it up, funky elephant. He'll just give us our health and fuel back. That's pretty nice. Especially as we'll probably be coming here a lot in the future, because this is the second place in the game where you can mine for fossils. Now, you can only pick up 3 fossils at a time, I think, 3 small ones or 1 large one. And you have to go all the way back to the museum to cash them in, as it were. Basically, this is something that we're not going to do until we get the train working. Also, to demonstrate the special feature of the drill arm, instant stratum mining. Instantaneous. Another weapon that does that is the pick arm, which we could have bought in Wagtail Canyon many moons ago, but I neglected to do so because I didn't have 400 at the time. This was back when we were poor. Right, out here is an item you don't want to miss. Well, in fact, you can probably ignore it unless you're like me, because it is, of course, the plate for the area. some license plates have incredibly long and detailed side quests, some require massive amounts of grinding, and some of them are just on top of a cliff in a chest. I like those ones more. Anyway, see you next time. Goodbye.